If you're into space travel, then I'm sure you're going to love this one, because in this video we're going to be searching for planets that you could survive in. A remarkable discovery has recently been made by scientists. They have found 24 new possible superhabitable worlds. So what does this mean? Well, it's exciting because the more we discover like this, the closer we are to finding another Earth and maybe even contact with aliens. But we're not there yet because there are other factors that need to be taken into account: weather, atmosphere, and magnetic field. We need to learn about these planets in depth before we can definitely say if they are habitable. Otherwise, we might just be setting ourselves up for disappointment. So how could scientists be so sure that there could be other planets in our universe that could support life? Scientists have been fascinated with this idea for quite some time now. In their research, they discovered exoplanets that may be habitable, though there are hundreds of millions of them in existence. And more are actually being discovered every day. But wait, do you know what an exoplanet is? It is any world that orbits a star that is outside of our solar system. It is also called an extrasolar planet. Now, these exoplanets range in size. They can be as big as the gas giant Jupiter, or small rocky planets the size of Mars or Earth. And you would be surprised to know that NASA has also been trying to identify such planets by using a variety of techniques, like launching a high-tech satellite into space or using innovative telescopes that could give us a little more insight into planets beyond our universe. A Kepler mission was conducted by NASA scientists, which sent a super advanced telescope into space to collect data on the possible habitable planets in our galaxy. And so far, this mission has confirmed that there are a vast majority of planets that are contained within a small region of the Milky Way galaxy. There could be at least 300 million potentially habitable exoplanets in our Milky Way galaxy alone. So does this mean that they are all habitable? Let's find out. There are 7 characteristics that scientists believe a planet should have in order to be considered habitable. Number 1, they need to be at the right distance from their star. Planets that orbit their host stars in a habitable zone, or what some scientists refer to as the Goldilocks zone, are the first locations to hunt for exoplanets that could potentially support life. This is the region surrounding a star where the temperature is just right for liquid water to exist, but the planet must also be the correct size. The sort of star around which the exoplanet revolves must also be a certain type, and it must be stable. Number 2, they need to have more or less circular orbit. Exoplanet giants have lengthened orbits around their parent stars. If such were the case for our solar system's giants, Earth's orbit would have grown eccentric as well. A stretched out orbit means a changing environment, which might hinder the evolution of sophisticated creatures and potentially the emergence of life. Despite its intricate interactions with other planets, Jupiter has kept on a pretty circular course, which has been fortunate for us. Number 3, their rotational axis should be stable. If the tilt of the Earth's axis changed by tens of degrees over millions of years or so, we'd become like Mars. The massive shifts in axial tilt angle led the red planets to lose much of their atmosphere and water. Without Earth's more or less consistent obliquity, life would have perished long ago, if it ever existed at all. So what keeps the axis of our world from spinning in every direction? It's the huge moon's stabilizing influence. Number 4, the planet should have some water, but not too much. Now, water is necessary for life. The majority of Earth's water is thought to have come from asteroids and, to a lesser extent, comets colliding with the planet after its creation. But thankfully, the amount of water carried in was little. If it was a lot, then a thick layer of high-pressure, high-density tetragonal ice would have developed at the bottom of the ocean, isolating the liquid water from the mineral-laden crust, making Earth a water world. Number 5, the planet should have a zero hydrogen-rich atmosphere. The solar nebula had a hydrogen content of more than 70%. If Earth formed fast like mini Neptunes discovered among exoplanets, it would have accumulated a thick, dense atmosphere of hydrogen and helium. Many advanced life forms, including us, humans, would never have evolved if the oxygen produced by the first cyanobacteria did not interact with hydrogen to generate water. Number 6, the planet should have plate tectonics. Despite the fact that the sun was much fainter long ago and has since increased in brightness, plate tectonics and accompanying volcanism have allowed our planet to regulate its temperature. Carbon dioxide, a well-known greenhouse gas, is released into the atmosphere by volcanoes, but rainstorms, which are more prevalent in warmer locations, wash it away. CO2 is eventually returned to the Earth's lithosphere through plate tectonics. As a result, the carbon dioxide cycle acts as a thermostat. And lastly, number 7. It should possess a magnetic field. Surface life is protected from the fatal impacts of charged particles in the solar wind and cosmic rays by the Earth's global magnetic field. The field is created in the molten outer core of the planet. Earth's finely stratified inner structure was messed up by the massive moon-forming impact. As a result, convective movements developed in both the core and the mantle, resulting in the formation of a magnetic field and plate tectonics. Our world may have remained a barren rock if not for this cosmic calamity. Taking these factors into account, NASA researchers discovered a total of 24 super-habitable planets that may have more favorable conditions for life than Earth, and better stars than the Sun. The 24 planets discovered are all over 100 light-years away, or roughly 6 trillion miles apart. This means that it is difficult to get a good look at them up close. In a statement obtained by Fox News, Washington State University scientist Dirk Schultz-Makich said, "With the next space telescopes coming up, we will get more information, so it is important to select some targets." He also added, "We need to concentrate our efforts on planets that have the best chances of supporting complex life. However, we must be careful not to become fixated on the search for a second Earth, as there may be planets that are more suitable for life than ours." Now, these planets may be slightly older than Earth, which is 4.5 billion years old. The 24 planets are also thought to be slightly larger, slightly warmer, and possibly wetter than the Earth. According to the researchers, these planets orbit stars with longer lifespans than the Sun. The habitable zone, which is defined as the area around a star where a planet could support liquid water, was taken into consideration while studying these exoplanets. In other words, the G and K dwarf stars are similar to our Sun. They are up to 10% larger than Earth and have a surface temperature of about 5 degrees Celsius higher than Earth. None of the 24 exoplanets meet all of the criteria for being superhabitable, but one of them does have 4 of them, indicating that it may be more suitable for life than Earth. Scientists also wanted to launch the James Webb Telescope, which was agreed to have the world's latest technology but has been pushed back to October 31, 2021 because of the coronavirus pandemic. Even so, NASA discovered over 4,500 exoplanets in total, with about 50 of them thought to be habitable as of September 2018. They are the right size and orbital distance from their star to support surface water and theoretically life. So what are your opinions on this matter? Let us know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed our content, please click that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like these. I'm sure you'll find plenty that pique your interest. If you don't want to miss out on our next one, you can also press that bell icon. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.